What's cooking, guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be sharing my very simple recipe for shrimp alfredo. This is very creamy and dreamy and super luscious, and it has just a few ingredients that you probably already have in your fridge or your pantry. And I'm also adding my very flavorful and well seasoned shrimp in this shrimp alfredo. So stay tuned for the recipe. Do consider subscribing if you're new here and you'd like to join my foodie family, and also hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And now let's get cooking. Let's start by marinating the shrimp. I have 1 pound of deveined and shelled jumbo shrimp here, which is already washed and patted dry. To this, I'm adding a teaspoon of olive oil. Add a teaspoon of dried oregano here. I have half teaspoon of cayenne pepper for a little kick. A teaspoon of smoked paprika. I like the depth of flavor and color this gives to the shrimp. Black pepper to taste, and I added about half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon of adobo, or an all-purpose seasoning powder that you prefer. You can also use Old Bay seasoning instead. Add some salt to your taste, but I added adobo so I won't oversalt this. And then add fresh chopped parsley, just a pinch or so, and then leave the rest for garnish at the end. I also have half a teaspoon of garlic paste that I made in one of my previous videos. This really will take the flavors to the next level. And then combine everything up so the shrimp is coated with those lovely seasonings. I ditched the spoon and started using my hands to combine everything well. You can set this aside for now. It can marinate for about 15 minutes only. As the shrimp is marinating, let's make the pasta. I have a big pot of water here. Just cover it so the water can boil quicker. And once it comes to a rolling boil after a few minutes, at this point add in a lot of salt. Pretty much this water should taste almost like seawater. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but we want this to be really salty because it's the only time to really season the pasta itself. I'm going to be using this fettuccine pasta. I'm not using the whole bag. I'm gonna add about half to 3/4 of the bag here, but use as much as you need to feed your household. Stir this around, and slowly the fettuccine will uncurl as it softens, and cook this as per the instructions on the packaging. As the pasta is cooking, I'm gonna save half a cup of the pasta water to cook with it later. This helps the sauce really come together nicely. Cook the pasta till it's al dente, meaning it has a slight bite to it when you eat it. Drain the pasta and the water out in a strainer, and then rinse with cold water on it, and run your fingers through the fettuccine so it can stop cooking and they don't stick to each other. Set this aside for now, and let's move on to the next steps. I'm going to heat up a saute pan on medium heat to cook the shrimp in. Add some olive oil, and I used about a tablespoon, and once the oil heats up, add all the shrimp in there in one layer so they have room to cook. They should not be on top of each other. Give it about 3 minutes on one side and then turn them one by one. These won't take long at all, and you also don't want to overcook these, otherwise they will be too chewy and hard. Once you turn them over, let them cook for about 3 minutes on the other side as well. Then once they look pink on both sides, these are done now. You can take them out on a plate for now. So let's make the Alfredo sauce now. I'm not going to wash the pan. I want all those flavor bits from cooking the shrimp. I have the stove on medium-low here, and I'm adding 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Let that melt with those flavors in the pan. And then I'm adding 1 tablespoon of my homemade garlic paste. Cook the garlic in the butter and start to remove those bits from the pan as well. And now I'm adding almost 2 cups of heavy cream here. This is the base of the Alfredo sauce. Stir it around so the garlic can flavor the cream. I'm now going to grate in fresh Parmesan cheese. I'm not sure how much I used in measurements, but I used plenty here. Cream and Parmesan cheese is what gives Alfredo that creamy and cheesy flavors. I want to say I used about a 1/4 cup here, but I will be adding more later. And now to season the sauce, I'm adding black pepper to my taste, or about a teaspoon of it. And then I'm adding half a teaspoon of adobo, or an all-purpose seasoning of your choice. You can also use a little Old Bay seasoning here instead. I'm grating another few tablespoons of Parmesan cheese here. I'm adding dried oregano here for some herbs. Stir that in to flavor the sauce really well. And once the sauce comes to a boil, add in the fettuccine that was cooked earlier. Add in the pasta water so the sauce can be really luscious and smooth. And then toss it around in that creamy Alfredo sauce. This is already looking so great. Grate more Parmesan cheese on top, which is another couple of tablespoons. And then mix that in as well to combine it together. You can start adding the shrimp in there now. I ended up saving a few to top on each plate, but add all of them if you want to. And then gently toss the shrimp with the pasta and the Alfredo sauce. This looks incredible already, so luxurious, silky, and creamy. I garnished this with some chopped parsley that I saved earlier to give it some contrast, and this looks like restaurant quality fettuccine Alfredo at home. And you guessed it guys, I'm gonna grate more Parmesan cheese to top it off, and then just gently toss it around to coat the fettuccine in that creamy sauce. And here you have it guys, my homemade restaurant style and quality shrimp fettuccine Alfredo is done. It's creamy, it's luscious. Make this on special occasions for your family and friends or as a quick weeknight meal. This surely hits the spot every single time. I love a great fettuccine Alfredo. I hope you try this recipe because you're going to love it too. So that is it for today's video guys. I hope you enjoyed my very simple recipe for shrimp Alfredo. And if you're not into seafood, you can always add some grilled chicken, which is equally delicious. I love making this as a special dinner for people and they always love it. So I hope you enjoy it too. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe before leaving guys. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves.